Hi, I'm Greg.
And I'm Derek. Welcome to Men of the Den, and this is Monday.
Hey guys, welcome to another week here at the Den. I apologize in advance. I've got a little throat thing going on here, so
Somebody's got a little bit of the Shirley Bassey going.
I'm thinking more of Betty Davis.
Got the Betty
Betty
Davis.
Davis, yes.
Oh.
She's got Betty Davis eyes. Anyway, so it's another QA week here, so we're going to answer viewer questions.
All right, and starting off now, last time, John Dickinson, you sent a bunch of questions. You sent me a message saying, I can't wait to hear your answers. We were just finished the editing when you sent me that message. So we're going to get to some of these questions and some of the ones you just asked now. So, favorite on-screen villain, TV or movie? I've always been a big fan of the Joker, no matter who has played the Joker. Whether it's Mark Hamill in the animated version, Cesar Romero, Jack Nicholson, and Heath Ledger. And to answer one of your next questions, what do I think of Jared Leto? I'm intrigued. I'm not sure what to think of the tattoos. I don't think they're necessary. But I think Jared Leto can pull off crazy. In fact, I think he might even be able to beat Heath Ledger in this role. But we won't know until then.
I think most of you out there will agree with my favorite on-screen villain, Pennywise. From It. Definitely Tim Curry as Pennywise.
Would you like a balloon, Richie? All right, and the next question is favorite computer game of all time. Not an easy one to pick. I've always liked Roller Coaster Tycoon, making these absolutely ridiculous rides that nobody would survive a round on, and after filling the park and not putting in a washroom at all. Just sadistic.
Mine is Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. I played the shit out of that when I was a kid, so definitely Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego.
Remember that old DOS-based game? It was just a graphic one called Island. You're just an island. It's day 7. You're thirsty. Will you grab water? Y for yes, N for no. You are dead. What's your favorite swear word?
Okay, ladies out there, cover your ears because I'm going to say the word that you all hate. I love the word cunt. I use
Clutches
that
pearls.
I use that word an awful lot. Derek gets called that on a daily basis.
It's not mine. We also asked, what was the last film that scared you? Insidious. I didn't sleep for a week after that. I hated that movie so much. I hated that so much. Ugh. I'm not big when it comes to jump scares and just the whole astral projection thing. It's just like kind of it gave me the heebie-jeebies. I really did not really like that movie. Yourself?
I'm a horror movie junkie, and horror movies don't typically scare me. But I will say that the movie Sinister creeps the crap out of me. So I'll say Sinister.
A couple more from John. Greg, if you could be the companion of any one of the Doctor Who's, who would it be and why?
Out of all of them, my favorite is David Tennant. I would definitely go with David Tennant, Doctor Who. Mostly because I find him the most fascinating, and personality-wise, he probably gels with me the most. So, David Tennant.
I hate to admit, I'm still pretty new to getting into Doctor Who, but I would have to say Matt Smith. He's just quirky, fun. I'm a big fan of Matt Smith. All right, and here's where the questions start getting thirsty. John, you opened the door. You had to.
I knew somebody was going to ask this question eventually.
If you had a choice of hooking up with one of the Den boys, who would it be?
Do we have to limit it to one?
That's a question. All of them are own. Like each one has their own inherent sexiness. Like there's Phil's quiet confidence, Aaron's super cuddliness, his fun, bubbly personality, Greg's complete just direct confidence, Eric having this whole librarian thing where what? You're just giving me a look? Okay. I can't just pick one. You go first.
All right. Well, I'm just going to lay it right out there. It would be Greg, Spencer, and Aaron.
Say Phil and Eric. Okay, Greg. Jake asks, if you were with a guy and he told you he was trans, would that put you off?
All right. It would depend. So I I'm into men. So I've actually dated a female to male before. So I've dated an MDF transgendered person before. That didn't bother me. I'm not into women, so I don't think I'd be interested in dating somebody who's MF just because I don't like women, no other reason.
If I'm into a person, I'm into the person themselves. It's sometimes, and it doesn't matter what the bits are there. If you're into a person, you're into that person. That would definitely not put me off at all. Here's another thirsty one.
Mm.
If you could correlate food to sex,
Oh, no.
what foods would you correlate to a hand job, foreplay,
Oh my god.
oral, or anal?
All right. So I guess foreplay would have to be some kind of appetizer. So maybe,
Tossed salad?
so maybe. Oh, I was thinking more of a nice soup.
Hopefully not tomato.
Oh.
Just saying.
All right. So blowjob. Ooh. I guess I'll go with.
Burritos? Hot dogs?
I was gonna say hot dogs. Yeah.
Hot dogs, sausages.
Okay. So we got hot. So we got the that. What else? What other ones were?
Hand job, we need something kind of finger food. Maybe some taquitos.
Oh my god, this is wrong.
All the way.
Who asked this question?
Lakeville Cub. Thank you.
Lakeville Cub. Oh my. All right. So we got those ones. What's the last one?
Oh, we gotta have to top it off the dessert with the 4-course meal.
Yeah. Oh, I'm thinking like the finale would be like a steak dinner. We are men after all. Most men like steak, so I'd go with a nice medium rare steak.
But that floats your boat? All right, so just going to tame it down a bit. Thanks, Lakeville Cobb. And sorry, Mom. Anyways, Jonathan asks, where do you think the bear community is going as an entity? Do you think we're going to evolve more from bear runs and activities throughout the country? Where do you think the bear community is going? Now, it's hard to say exactly where the bear community is going because it is such a niche market. Either you're into big boys or you're not into big boys, or the big boys are into you, or vice versa. Pretty much, I believe it's going to stay pretty much where it is. It's going to become more of a public figure, especially after looking at Daniel France's character. We're going to look more into the bear community and bigger gay guys. Another one. This one's from Lionel Frank. We've answered this one actually already in our first video, first Q&A. Pick 5 top travel destinations.
Well, mine might have changed slightly, but
Same here. Yeah.
I'm gonna say Australia, England, Italy. I'm gonna say Japan, and maybe France.
Costa Rica. I'd definitely love to go there. Iceland. Love to do the UK sometime. Italy for sure. 100% want to do Italy. And Japan. October Night asks, what's your favorite theme park ride? Now, neither of us have ever really been to any big theme parks, per se. It's always been the local exhibition as it comes through. Some of my favorite rides is the Orbiter and the Gravitron. It's definitely 2 of my favorite rides.
The Tilt-A-Whirl, the Zipper, and the Sizzler.
Steven asked, why do you think a lot of gay men are not relationship-oriented?
Ooh, that's a
tough
one. But I'm a firm believer. Okay, so my belief is genuinely, and I think most men would agree with this. Men are wired different than women. Women are generally more focused on emotional attachment. Men are more of a physical species. So it's easier for a man to get their needs physically without being in a relationship versus being in a relationship. So for that reason, I think that's why you see a lot more gay men that are apt not to get into relationships. That's not all of them, but there's definitely probably a higher percentage of gay men that don't want to get in a relationship because they're getting those physical needs met.
That we're all just thirsty. So, Mike Marvel, we missed a couple of your questions weeks back. In fact, I think this might have been from our first round. We're gonna take one of those questions, and I really like this one. What kind of music do you listen to when you're having a good shag? I like to vary it. You know, I like very atmospheric music during sex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anything like Bjork's Vespertine album is just a beautiful lovemaking album. But sometimes you want something ethereal like Jeff Buckley's Grace or even Smashing Pumpkins' Melancholy and Infinite Sadness. That's just a marathon. Go for it yourself.
Well, you should know the answer to this. So there's Bat for Lashes,
Oh, Fever Ray.
Fever Ray,
Florence and the Machine.
exactly.
Yeah. Get your pen and paper handy and write some fan fiction about us, why won't you? But plus, listening to this music and things happening.
Yes, I remember many dates when we first started dating where this music came on, and yeah, we won't go any more from that.
Doom. No heartbeats by the knife. And last two questions. These are related. So Debbie asked, Batman or Superman?
Batman.
Batman. Let's say hands down Batman. I don't really know the Superman story too well. I'm not a huge superhero guy. You're shaking your head.
You're lame.
I'm lame.
I can't believe you don't know the Superman story. Everybody knows the Superman story. But that being said, I don't really like the Superman story. I'm just always been more of a fan of Batman. Unless I should preface this. Unless it's Dean Cain as Superman. Dean Cain as Superman never.
Yeah. Agreed. All right, and the last question is, have you ever danced in the pale moonlight?
Yes, I have, and I liked it.
Right, that was another week of Q&A. Join in, see what the other guys, how they answer the questions, and shame on you, thirsty boys out there. We look forward to seeing everyone else's responses to all these questions. Thank you for those questions. All right.
All of our information is in the crotch below, and make sure you like and share this video. Even though I have a hoarse voice.
Just thoroughly Batsy with that little bit of history repeating.
She's got Betty Davis eyes.
All right, thanks for watching Men of the Dead. Enjoy your week.